The return of the 10th anniversary LRs, but who should you grab with your hard-earned red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are looking at the Dokkan Fest Banner for this year's Global Dokkan Campaign. This is the replacement for the Global Anniversary and sort of combined a little bit with Worldwide, and as such it has went ahead and returned some major units that typically only return during anniversaries and Worldwides, mainly the 10th anniversary LR. So in this video we are going to focus down on who you should pick up with your hard-earned red coins, starting with the 10th anniversary LRs. I'm actually not going to tell one specific character, but rather list several that would be good choices. So first and foremost, I will say this: if you did not pull the new Goku, then you should save your coins for him. He's going to be more valuable for you in the long run, for just because of how much power creep has already hit us, as well as just being an all-around good unit for the current fights that we're going to be seeing here soon. So with that in mind, if you don't have Goku, save your coins for them. Otherwise, let's jump on in and start taking a look at the different units. So let's start with the Goku and Vegeta here, the AGL Gogeta. This is one of the 10th anniversary LRs, right? He was the part 2, and he fuses into Gogeta. So I'm just going to kind of talk about the Gogeta portion here, because this is the portion that most people care about, right? So the Gogeta portion here is really good. You're typically transforming him beyond turn 5 or so in most fights, or you are stacking him all the way up in a really long fight and fusing him at the end to take advantage of this active skill to boost allies by 54% for the turn. He's basically invulnerable while in the Gogeta form, as long as you stacked up a little defense beforehand, because of the combined damage reduction, the combined guard that he's getting, plus the extra damage reduction he gets for every rainbow key sphere. He can get up to an extra 20% damage reduction here, meaning 80% possibly. So realistically, he's really good. His main issues, at least in the new fights, is just dealing with his base forms, the Gogeta, on the Vegeta side of things, the form he starts in, you've got a good sort of turn 1 defense, but then beyond that things get kind of scary. So you need turn 4 to exchange to start attacking defense, but of course that's not really something that's possible in these new fights. But in other longer fights, like the Jiren fights and possibly any other long fights that may come in the near future, obviously that's an entirely different thing, with those fights, he's going to be doing much better than he is in the new fights, the short ones, like the Global Special Battle, this one right here. But otherwise, he's still going to be very good for you, and he's going to be one of the best choices for your coins. However, they're not the only returning unit here. We have units like Beast Gohan, the Gods, and a new character that we're seeing is getting a super easy A, the Rose and the Vegito Blue. So let's start by taking a look at the Beast, Beast is still doing what Beast does, For those that know, Beast is one of the most powerful tanks, especially in early fights. That makes him a valuable asset for things like battle hardened formidable foes, or even this new special battle. He might still take some damage, but that turn 2 target that he has, or turn 3, depending on which turn you get him, makes him a very valuable player for mitigating damage that's going to be coming at you in these fights. So with that, I do think he is still worth the coins, given that he is still very valuable, but I would not prioritize him over the AGL Gogeta or over the new Goku here, This would be more like, if you've got both of these but you don't have Beast, then Beast is a great choice. Another new unit here, well, not new unit, but newly easy aid unit that is still very good, very powerful, is the LR Gods, Great for long content, great for mid-range content. They kind of work in the new fight because their turn 1 is very, very powerful defensively. And as long as you can avoid super attacks turn 2 and beyond, they're going to be okay, right? Their fusion turn really helps sort of shift the fight in your favor. So I definitely recommend picking them up, but again, not over some of these other picks. Like if you don't have Gogeta, if you don't have the new Goku, and you needed either the gods or the beast, then that's where to go, right? One of these two, right? It really depends on what you need. If you're struggling more with long content, then go with these guys. If you're struggling more with short content, then go with these guys. That's how I would say to do it personally. But with that, all that leaves is the last 2 units, the Rose and the Vegeta Blue. So let's start taking a look at the Vegeta Blue. Vegeta Blue is actually really good because instead of 500 coins, he's going to cost you 200. And that 200 coins is going to get you, or no, actually I think it's 150, right? If we go Baba Shop, let's see, it should be treasure items here. And then if we go to the coins, I believe it is, yeah, 200. Okay, no, I thought it might have been 150, but no, it's 200. So with that, 200 coins is really good. It's, essentially you could get for 600 coins, which is what it would normally cost you for, just over what it would normally cost you for like a regular unit, you're getting, a 79% copy of a unit. So that's really not that bad of a deal. Although I will say that these guys are available with your GDC stones. So if you haven't used your GDC stones yet, then obviously use that for them because that's going to be more worth it. But if you wanted to use your GDC stone for someone else and you needed the Vegeta Blue, or you've already used it and you didn't get the Vegeta Blue, then I would definitely recommend picking him up if you have all of these others, because he's going to be really good, right? He's going to be, kind of the same thing as all these other counter Vegetos, right? He's going to be really good for normals. Supers are going to be a little scary for him, but it's honestly not going to be that bad. The supers are going to, he's going to be on teams that have scouters, right? So it's, you're not going to have to worry about that too much. But what makes him really powerful is his ability to have, 2-turn support for attack and defense. That's going to be really helpful, I think, for him. On top of that, right, he, instead of just countering normally, he does have a little bit of dodge, which will still proc his counters, mind you. So I would definitely recommend, picking him up if you didn't have him and you were getting everyone else. He's definitely worth the 200 coins if you got him. With that in mind, the other side of this, the Rose, if we pull up his UR here, same thing. He's basically the same, right, without the counters, but doing the same thing for villains, specifically the future side of things, right? That's where you're going to be using him on the new Roses team. There you're going to be seeing he's going to really help that team out deal lean damage, because he's supporting not only the attack and defense, he's supporting crits, which is going to help things like the main Carnival, the Rose and Moss, deal damage, because in the Rose form he doesn't really have that much crit, so it's very, very helpful. And then, of course, like I said, the support. I would say over these two, I mean, unless you really need the villain, he is probably going to get better for you in the long run. But they're both going to be good, right? Like he's not going to be dying too much as long as he can, avoid any major super attacks, right? He's going to be living all normals, and he's going to be providing great support for the Rose team. So both are great choices. But overall, again, I think your number one choice should be the Gogeta if you don't have him, followed by either Beast or the Gods, depending on what type of event you're struggling with. Long events, then go with these guys. Short events, then go with Beast. least. And then, of course, if you're missing the 2 super easy A's, prioritize Vegito over him. But of course, if you don't have either one of them and you haven't used your GDC stones, then use your GDC stones for them before thinking about using your red coins. But they would not be a bad use of your red coins. So guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, who did you pick with your hard-earned red coins? I gave my best recommendation. I do think that Gogeta is still the best, but I'm curious, who did you end up picking? Who were you missing that you really needed to use the coins for? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.